I'm Chris from Redmen TV. Do us a favour, do yourself a favour, and subscribe to the Liverpool Connection podcast. Do it now.
Hey everyone, thanks again for joining us here at the Liverpool Connection podcast. We're Pub Chat, and we're at our favorite Irish pub, B.D. Riley's. I'm El Presidente. I'm here with the three tenors, Pavarotti, Domingo, and...
That's your material? That's what you were building up to?
All week.
Come on, you didn't even let me finish my intro.
It was that bad. No, go ahead.
That's okay.
Let's hear the whole thing.
I'm done. I'm done.
Right.
I didn't even get to you because they ruined my intro. So anyway, thanks for being here. We're going to talk about the FA Cup fourth round matchup with Brighton. We're going away to Brighton on Sunday. Early match. Early time, actually, 7:30 kickoff here in Austin. But let's kick it off. We're coming off two games on the bounce where we had shutouts. We played a little bit tighter. So let's just start with, what do you guys think about the lineups? How are we going to set up, Julian?
I think Jatic's been in for the past couple of games. He's done all right. I thought Chelsea started all right and then struggled maybe a little bit as the game went on, which was not surprising. I think there'll be a lot of changes. I think he will give a chance again to those players that struggled against Brighton to say, hey, come on, we need to get a performance out of you. Saying that, I think to that point, I think Fabinho will probably come back in. I think Trent will probably come back in as right back. Henderson hasn't started for a couple of games. I think Henderson will start. But yeah, I would not be surprised specifically to see those changes for a start.
You referenced the struggles that we had in the last game against Brighton. Obviously, we lost to them 3-0.
Yeah, don't remind me. But you did.
But I know we discussed before we started recording. He has his mindset on what the lineup will be. I think yours is a little different on what you think Klopp will start.
Not necessarily. I just think if we play a little bit tighter like we have done in the last two games, I don't know. I feel like I'm always optimistic going into these games, but I think if we do that and we're a bit more defensive minded, like I wanted to be the first game, I do think we have a chance. I think Núñez will come in. So your front three will be Núñez, Gakpo, and Salah. And if we can be a bit more solid, I'd love to see Keita play again. Ideally for me, it would be Keita, Thiago, and one of Fabinho and the young lad, I can't say his name, him. One of them. But it's not necessarily, I'm not even that asked about who really starts, really. It's more about our actual structure of the team. But if we can be like that and a bit more solid, and look to try and get in behind, I feel like we're...
Do you think on the Thiago bit, Thiago started a lot of games. It's been the one player that has started a bunch.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe this might be a game for a break and maybe Henderson comes in for Thiago, then you see Fabinho, Henderson and Keita?
It could be. Yourself?
Yeah, I see that. That's what I'm thinking. I think I see that midfield myself. I think it'll be Fabinho, Hendo, and Keita. And look, they had a dress rehearsal a couple of weeks ago. They know that they can't be as open and as easy to play around the midfield again this time. So hopefully they'll have learned a little bit. I think Núñez will start as well. I think he makes a big difference. He'll make a big difference in this game. Trent will probably come back in. Not sure who will start at centre back. Centre back is going to be interesting to see. It could be. I can't see him starting Konate again, just because he tends to pick up little niggly, shitty little things from time to time, and I think
all of them do.
Yeah,
all three of them do.
Yeah, but I think Matip might get a chance to come in. I don't think he hasn't started. He hasn't started in a couple of games, and probably the Greek fella will come in at left back, I'd say.
Before we get to the center backs and the other, I'm going to go and say that he's going to start Keita, Thiago, and Bajcetic again. I know what you're saying, that these guys should know that they need to play tighter, but sometimes knowing what you want to do and being able to do it are two separate things. And I think that Klopp, after 8 days of rest with another 7 days to go before the next game, I think he's going to stick to the same three midfield. They deserve to play together again. And that's what I think. So now you go into the back line. So you think Tsimikas is going to come in?
Yeah, I think Trent will probably come back in and play for sure. Probably, I'd say he'll probably start Gomez. I'm just not sure that he'll start Konate with him. He might, but I don't think he will, and he'll probably give Robbo a bit of a breather.
I think. I hope not. I hope he plays. I hope Robertson plays, and for me it would be Robertson, Trent. I've heard like different people thought Gomez played well against Chelsea. I thought he was shit. I thought some of his passing was really poor, and I actually felt like in that game the centre backs were okay, as in like, but I tell you what, we don't half miss defenders that can play the ball into midfield, and Gomez and Konate, that's not their game.
Yeah,
so massively missed.
He was good. Gomez was good against Wolves. Against Chelsea, he wasn't.
I don't think he was great. I don't think he was great on the. I don't think he was great on the ball particularly. But I'd like to see Matip come in, and I'd actually have Matip and Konate. It's quite funny because everyone's sort of thinking something different. Because what you think they're Matip and Gomez?
Well, if you just remember Matip the last time when we played Brighton, he couldn't pass 5 feet to our own players.
But none of them could, mate. They were all shite.
No, I understand. But again, I think Matip is actually going to come back in with Konate and partner him. The question is, for me, will Trent get back into the starting lineup? I think he will after 2 games not starting. I think actually Robbo is going to start again. For me, it'd be Trent, Konate, Matip, and Robbo on the back line.
I think this is a game.
And okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think this is a game where the players that have played fantastically well for us under Klopp need to put in a really good performance, and those players are the ones that struggled against Brighton. I think he's going to bring him in for this game. I don't think he's going to start Bajetic. I think him starting 3 games in a row, and I know Klopp, the way he has been very careful with youngsters, and I think to play 3 games in such a short space of time is a big ask. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll bring Fabinho in. But I think it's a game where you have your Matip, you have Henderson, Trent, and you have these players back in that really need to put in a really good performance.
Yeah, you're bringing back the first team. Like, it's backwards. It's nearly backwards. Like, usually, FA Cup games, you're kind of given the younger lads, or given the you don't want to say the subs, but the kind of backup players are run out, and now all of a sudden we're in a situation where we're bringing back in Hendo, we're bringing back in Fabinho, we're bringing back in Trent, and you're like, and I think, as you say, I don't think Klopp if he does do that, there's no team talk there, right? Them lads have to go out and put out a performance.
That was so bad from experienced players on our team, which is why I think this is a game where, you go again. This isn't revenge. I hate that, where it's called, this is revenge against Brighton. No, there's nothing to do with Brighton. Like, nothing whatsoever to do with Brighton. This is to do with revenge against yourself. It's revenge against what the performance I put in as a player was so bad that, okay, I need to show the fans, I need to show the rest of the players in the squad that, hey, I deserve to be here and I need to put in a really good performance.
I actually think it's one for the manager, actually, because the manager against Brighton, we said before it, if we were open like they were against Brighton, we get mullered, and we got mullered. We got absolutely battered. So if you notice in the last 2 games, especially that last game, we messaged in, and Chelsea are playing the ball out of the back, and Liverpool, no one's pressing them, but they're letting them centre backs having it, and when the ball goes into their number 6, that's when you sort of press them. You don't really see Liverpool do that. So seeing Liverpool being a lot more tighter and stuff like that is a positive sign. I think if we do go in with that type of game plan, and I've already said it, but if we do go in with that, I think we I really do fancy us this weekend.
So just so everybody knows, so what are you thinking the back line will be?
I've already said it. Trent, Robertson, Konate and Matip.
I'm the same.
And he's fucking said it as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I can see Matip and Konate. There's just something I don't know. I would like to see it, and there was definitely instances in the Chelsea game where I turned around to him, not sure who, it might have been you. And I said, you really do miss Matip here, stepping out with that ball and going on those fucking meandering runs. So it'll be good to see him back in there. What about up front?
I mean, it's got to be Núñez, Salah, and Gakpo for me.
Has it? So that would be my question. Is Gakpo going to start again? I don't think he will. I think he'll change it up a little bit. I think he'll start Núñez. That's going to happen if he's fit.
Right. So who? So
right?
what?
Núñez will start.
Right.
Salah's going to start. Barring an injury, we're recording this on Wednesday. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully the rest of the players are good. But I would have thought it'd be Salah, Núñez.
Harvey.
He tried Elliott on the left, it didn't really work. There's Ox, there's Carvalho. I think he might not play Gakpo for this game.
I think for the way that we want to play, pacing behind is the way. The only thing, if he's not, Gakpo looks a bit for me. Gakpo looks he's got bits of Firmino. Like, don't get me wrong, he's nowhere near but he does have a little bits of his game where he can link up play and he can drop off a little bit and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't, if that's what it's going to be long term, then I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of that, and then having the only other thing you could maybe say, well, maybe you're going to play Harvey right side and you're going to play Núñez left side and you're going to play Salah in the middle, but
I would love that.
That's what I would.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen, is it? He's never. Has he ever played Salah through the middle?
He played against
Yeah.
Chelsea, didn't he? But that would be my
what
three.
about
I would
Carvalho
say.
now?
I don't think so. I don't think he doesn't offer anything.
He's odd man out at the moment.
He doesn't offer anything in this. If we're going to set up where we are, we need like outball, and that for me is pace down the sides, win the ball deeper, look to try and play in at the corners.
Carvalho looked good earlier in the season, coming off the bench. Like, we've got a player here.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Any game in which Carvalho has started, he's struggled. Hence one of the reasons I think why we signed Gakpo as well was we tried with Jota out, with Diaz out, we tried Carvalho there, if you remember, and he wasn't ready for it. So we went ahead, we signed Gakpo, who still isn't ready as well. He's going to take some time to get integrated into the team and the way we play.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a problem, that left-hand side.
Well, let's remember that when we signed Gakpo, Núñez was injured, right? So they've only played maybe 20 minutes together. So I think this game would be a nice opportunity for Klopp to play the Gakpo, Núñez, Salah, and see how it goes.
So does he play Gakpo on the wing and Núñez through the middle, or Núñez on the wing and Gakpo through the middle?
I would have said mine.
Núñez in the middle for me. I mean, because that's why we got him. So I think
every day of the week at the moment, I would play Elliott right, Salah middle, Núñez left. For me, that gives us a much better balance, and it puts Elliott in his best position. It puts Núñez in, to me, his best position at the moment, and Salah's always going to get you a goal if he's playing up front. It's probably not going to happen. But I would love to see that with the options we have, which is important. With the options we have available now, to me, potentially I see that as our best opportunity for getting results. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But I know before the World Cup, Núñez looked fantastic on the left-hand side up front. He's still learning in a 4-3-3. I think it's difficult for him. So all that to say is I think the front three is interesting for what he's going to do this weekend.
So here's one for you, and we're going a bit all around the houses here, but what would you do with a goalkeeper? Would you play Alisson? I know fucking Captain Island here will say no, but
I'd give Quivine a run.
But would you though? Just be like taking.
For what? Why?
Would you play him though?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, I'd give the young lad a run.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
You'd play him.
Yeah.
What about you? Would you play Keller or would you play?
Because you have no problem with Alisson, right? He's not out of form.
I would have Kelleher play. I mean, he played last year throughout the whole tournament.
And it worked.
And it worked. I mean, and to be honest with you, you're not really lowering your standards
I'll be surprised if he
at
does.
all with bringing Kelleher in.
It's not that. That was not only about ability for me. It's more about you don't have, depending on who he starts. So depending on if he doesn't play, if he doesn't play like Fabinho or Henderson, I can see Alisson playing because he's a big character and he's what I mean. He's a big leader. If Henderson plays and maybe Matip plays and Fabinho plays, maybe Kelleher plays. But you know what I mean? So I feel like, and that's probably why he played a few weeks ago at home. Don't get me wrong, I love Kelleher. I think he's fantastic. I really do. I think he's probably, like, you're looking at someone like Spurs, right? Who are fucking desperate for a goalkeeper. I think he's probably like 4th or 5th best goalkeeper in the league, and he's on number 2. But I think it's a tough one. That it's tougher than what you would think, isn't it? Really.
I think it would be easier if this was a one-off game, and the potential was it would go to extra time and penalties. And you might say, hey, we might want to start Kelleher for this.
Yeah.
But because it will go to a replay if it's a draw, Alisson. But I would have thought
Alisson was the keeper.
Messing around, but I would have thought
Alisson
was going to
I think Kelleher
because of those reasons.
Alisson was the keeper against Chelsea in the FA Cup though, and that went to penalties as well.
Oh, come on. You know what I mean. Come on, Kelleher's made his name on it.
But that was the final. We're talking about the 4th round. I think Kelleher plays this match.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
Okay. Yeah, I think I am as well. I
So
think
you
I'm
two
about
are Alisson
2-2.
over Kelleher?
I mean, I'm not asked, but I think it, I think it will be.
Yeah, we're not going to put a fucking bet on it. Sorry.
What do you think? Score?
Hey, before we go to the score, stats.
Oh fuck me!
Okay, hold on. Wilson loves his stats, so he's going to give you.
Is this meant to be possession one or something like that? What is it?
No, this is crazy.
Wilson, make these stats good. Make sure they're correct.
No, they're correct.
Because you will get called out by the internet and the comments if
Right.
they're wrong.
Hurry up then. What is
No,
it?
I just wanted to.
Hold on. This is important. Just so we get this clearly.
No, I just wanted to point out. We've played them 20 times, right?
Brighton,
Right.
20 times.
Right.
Like
20 times
history,
overall. Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. We only have 6 victories in those 20 games. They have 3. And the last 6 games that we played them, we've only beat them 1 time. So since 2020. So I mean, they have become a team that it's hard to get over.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Because I heard the other week. Honestly, I heard the other week that we've never been beaten down at their place since in the Premier League. We've never been beaten in their place in the Premier League.
I didn't say anything about their place. I said that
Hold on. I need to go back. Okay, so we played them 20 times.
we've won 6 times, 11
20.
draws, and 3. They've won 3 times. And in the last 6 games, we've only beat them 1 time.
So
And that was last spring.
So they beat us once in 1952, and they beat us once in 1912. Fucking great stat.
I'm just telling you, the last 6 years, or the last 6 games, we haven't.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They've never beat us at their place before in the league, right? Other than the other week,
Yep.
right? They've never.
Well, they have now.
I'm pretty sure they haven't beat us at Anfield.
So I'm talking about the last 6 games of recent history that we have had a hard time against.
Right,
them.
we'll continue this after we record.
Fact checker on this.
Yeah, I bet you this isn't impressive.
I don't care about 1952. I'm talking about the last.
You just said 20 games.
I know.
They beat
to
us
give
3
you
times.
Context, but the last 6 games, we've only been able to beat
okay.
them 1 time.
Yeah. Scores.
Don't you want to know the recent history? They've had a hard time against us.
Based on those stats.
So what are you saying, Wilson, based on those stats? What's
prediction.
your punchline to those stats?
There's no punchline.
They're hard to play against.
They're hard to play against, but I think we're gonna win this game 1-0.
You think 1-0, Chris?
I have no clue, to be honest
well,
with you.
fucking God that we're asking you then. Thanks for coming.
Look, I'm going to go with 2-2.
Sound, another replay, brilliant.
2-2. I just don't see us beating them. I just don't.
It's alright, it's a prediction, you can predict what you want, mate.
Yeah.
You don't have to get defensive about it.
Sorry.
How about you?
Was that defensive?
No, apparently so.
I think we'll win. I'm always going to go into games thinking we're going to win because it makes me feel good the week before or the few days before.
Not with the lineup that you want.
Hold on. Why? That's a good lineup. You know what? I feel really good thinking, okay, we're going to win this weekend, and if we lose, I'll feel bad for a couple of days. But I don't want to feel shitty for a few days thinking we're going to lose this game. It happens. So I think the score is going to be Brighton 1, Liverpool 4.
You always.
4-1 Liverpool.
Nice.
Do you know what?
I love it. I love to have that.
Do you know what? I've got like a weird thing about me as well, but
You have many weird things.
yeah.
Yeah, your wife told us that.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Jesus.
Steady on. Steady on.
Hey,
I'll go.
you didn't get defensive on that one.
I'll go. No, she probably did. I'll go. Fucking prediction I do every single week. It never comes true. 2-0 Liverpool. 1-0. I said this about the last game. 1-0. 5 minutes to go. Nunes goes and scores a second. No, I do. I actually really fancy Liverpool this weekend. I really do.
Here, you know what we didn't. You know what's an interesting question? We didn't really discuss it.
What is it?
How do you think Brighton approached this game?
In what respect? Team-wise?
Team-wise, and just how to approach? Do they go and gung ho come at us again, or?
Because before the podcast, you were saying that, or someone was saying that they were going to change their team, right? That they weren't going to really. It's not going to matter to them, but I think they're going to put out their strongest team.
I wasn't saying they weren't.
Listen,
not you. I'm saying somebody.
No, it was definitely it was him. But you just made the other point up, hasn't he?
Chris, yeah.
He just said there'll be changes.
I think that I think
It
they'll
would make sense for them
changes
to
as
do the same. I would think they would just do the same again. And go, let's do what we did last time. It worked. We played really well. I think they'll play a really strong lineup as well. Why not? It's an opportunity for a cup. They're a really good team.
Yeah, they're not going to get in the top 4.
Well. They're not going to get top 4 as well. This is their opportunity to do something. So I think they'll go strong. Similar setup, similar team to the last game. Why not? Why would you change that? With such a, they don't have a big squad as well. So.
I don't know. I just I think they'll make a couple of changes. I honestly do. I don't think they'll make whole-scale changes, but I think they'll make a couple of. I think they'll make a couple of changes, which will, which will make a difference, big difference. I think.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, all right. Let's wrap this up.
Check those stats out.
Check the
stats out.
Steve.
Put it in the comments. Hey, thanks for joining us, everyone. Please subscribe, like, comment, put the notifications on. We love bringing this content to you, so we'll see you the next time. Cheers.
Hold on. What did you see?
I think Brighton and Hove Albion versus Liverpool head-to-head record shows that of the 14 meetings they've had, Brighton has won 2 times and Liverpool has won 9.
He's talking shit. How many was that? Told you, he's fucking.
Of the recent meetings, so of the
Recent?
last. Yeah,
I'm
of the
saying all
last.
the time was 20.
So they beat us in fucking 1930.
I'm trying to tell you, we played them 20 times. We beat them 6. They
In the
beat us
last
3.
14,
That's the last 14.
They've won 2. How many have won Liverpool won? 9. You fucking stats are wrong, aren't they? Because you said we won 6.
No, we did not. Yeah, all time.
They fucking, you just said 9. That's not right. Fuck.